Let me ask you a question. Was there one toy you always wanted as a kid but could never get? For me, it was the Stormtrooper blaster, one of these. Or rather, one of these. Hello, I'm Mark and welcome to Brooks Collectables Shop and Toy Museum. We specialise in epic gifts and vintage toys. So if that's your kind of thing and you want to pay us a visit, then I'll put all the information in the description below. And also if you want to keep in touch or be friends, all our social media stuff will be there as well. It's 1977, I'm 4 years old and my mum and dad take me to the cinema to see a low-budget sci-fi film. And like millions of people all around the world, the course of my life changed forever after spending that 2 hours and 5 minutes in the cinema. From the toys I played with as a kid, to how I judged every movie that I saw afterwards, and even to what I do for a living now, Star Wars has had a massive impact on my life. And once I'd figured out how to build my first Han Solo blaster, I wondered, could I build myself a Stormtrooper blaster too? And that led me on a journey which became my Stormtrooper obsession. And what I'm going to do in this video and the next video is share that obsession with you, show you some of the props that I've made, and also show you something really exciting that we're going to do as a future project as well. Okay, so here it is, my Stormtrooper blaster build. It was a bit of an obsession. I spent about 6 months from start to finish on it, researching and assembling the parts and getting them in the post. It took a long time really. Now I wanted it to be as accurate as possible, but it's not screen accurate. Bit of a disclaimer here. What I wanted to do was build two. I was going to build one that looked more like a screen used version, and then this which I wanted to look like it was brand new and out of the box. So what I've done with this one, I don't know if you can see the little bolts that hold the barrel in the front there, and you've got the firing pin and the selector, and you can't see but the barrel and the trigger guard have all been custom chromed. And as well, what I've done with the sight rail is I've had that mirror finish polished as well, and it was just to make it, you know, pop, to make the bit stand out. We had the gun stripped and powder coated, which was no mean feat. I had to physically learn how to field strip a Stirling Submachine gun, which is very cool, which is what the Stormtrooper gun is based on. And I actually did that with the help of YouTube and a computer game, which is rather terrifying really, but there you go, that's the internet for you. Now, a Stormtrooper blaster consists of these bits of T-track here, which if I just grab this, was also what's used on Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. They were stuck on the, it's just clunking things. They were stuck onto the lightsabers again to give them a bit of grip. I think it's a rubber extractor strip from a car door, or it's either what you draw slide in and out of in your kitchen anyway. But it's like a plastic T-track. Then you've got this little bit here, which is part of a radar assembly, and I've stuck that on with magnets because in some guns these are lost. Obviously in filming they got broken off because these bits were just stuck on. So I've put that on with a magnet there so it stays on. Yeah, they're off a radar dish, and I think they're also across the back of the mouse droid as well. Now the counter here is a Hensler Eagle clocking in counter, and that's quite a hard thing to find, and what I've done is kit bashed a couple of kits and also a different counter so that I can make that look as realistic as possible. But to find one of those is quite hard now, so I had to use reproduction parts. Now also the scope on the top as well is an M38 scope, which is a sight off a tank. I don't know if it's a monocular or some kind of machine gun scope, but that came off a tank. And that's basically what your Stormtrooper E-11 blaster is. This magazine as well, if I just pull that out, I don't know if you can hear the seagull in the background there because we're by the coast. I'm just going to pull this round. This as well, I kept the original So, that isn't actually the magazine, that is a piece of cast vinyl. I think it's probably vac formed, and there's a little magnet inside there just to hold it in. Because what I didn't want to do, there we go, that holds that in place, you hear the click. What I didn't want to do was destroy the original magazine for the gun, so I've kept that, because again that's quite a cool thing. Now, I think in filming they had, some of the guns in the UK when they were filming had blank rounds in them so you could see the flashes in the scenes. And then I think when they shipped them to America, now the guns themselves were leased by Lucasfilm from a company called Bapti. So when they were shipped to America, what they did was kept the front of a Stirling and then made the back bit in wood, so that they had guns that they could use on set for filming in America that looked like the guns in the UK, and they weren't having to ship guns all around the world, actually real guns, because they probably weren't allowed to at the time. I don't know what the law was, but I mean this one, like I say, to actually build this in the UK, I've had to buy a deactivated Stirling Submachine gun, which is a cool thing. So yep, it's been field stripped, powder coated, custom chromed, painted, and a lot of time and effort has gone into making it look like this. And like I say, I was going to buy another beat up one and then put that with it as a display. If you're enjoying my Toy Tuesday video, then please leave a comment below and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And that leads me to my next part of this. I'm just going to nip over there for a second and show you a box, which isn't a very exciting thing, but to me it is, because what's in the box is a really exciting thing. So we are on the museum floor. You'll hear probably in this video lots of bits of background noise. Now this box that says fragile, handle with care contains something really exciting. Now if you want to build one of these, I'll put some information in the description below on where you can find the bits from. But this is a Stormtrooper helmet from a company called RS Prop Masters, or rather it's a kit for one. Now I'm a bit of a fanboy, they do incredible stuff, but their costumes, their helmets and their armour based around the Stormtrooper is actually cast from an original screen used uniform, so it's about as accurate as you can get without spending tens of thousands of dollars on a real thing. And because it's modern, it actually looks a little bit nicer and it's not as beat up and destroyed. Now in the background, I don't think you can see it there, but I have the Master Replica Stormtrooper helmet, which is pretty much symmetrical and looks a bit weird. And downstairs as well we have a couple of Stormtroopers. We have half a Sandtrooper and a full-size Stormtrooper on the shop floor as well. Now if you're passing, as I said before in the introduction, we are a shop and toy museum and you're welcome to come and visit. But in this video and in the next video I'm going to be building this helmet up, and what I'm going to do is we're going to build a custom display here on the museum floor, and I would like to invite you to come and actually see it if you're able to. We're in Blackpool, we're on the coast, and the whole point of the shop and the museum is for people, fans like me, like yourselves, to come and see these things and be able to see them and enjoy them and learn about the history of them and what's involved in making them, and maybe go away and making some of them for yourself as well. Because like I say, it had a massive impact on my life, Star Wars, and how I look at things and what I do for a job. So if you're passing and you want to come and see this, it'll be on display. It's probably going to take me about 2 or 3 weeks to get this all cleaned up again and get this built and actually physically build the display and get the museum cover and everything for it. So I thought that'd be a really cool project, and I thought that'd be a really good thing to do with Toy Tuesday as well, to actually say to people, you can come and see these things and you can share your stories and your memories as well. You can also do that in the description below. If you have any questions, if you want to know where I got these parts from as well, please message me. If you're building one, I'd like to know the story and your journey of what you did, where you got the parts. I've one downstairs, a Stormtrooper gun that's actually a drain pipe basically with holes drilled in it and bits of resin glued on, and it looks good. You know, it's really good, and it's great for trooping as well because it's lighter than this. This thing weighs a ton. So that's a little bit of a glimpse into the future for Toy Tuesday and what we're going to be doing, and I hope you've enjoyed looking and me telling you about how obsessed I am with building Stormtrooper blasters. I will be back next week with more Toy Tuesday. Please take care, please stay safe, and I will see you soon.